Well, good afternoon, folks, and welcome to another scenery review. My name's Lee, your virtual airline pilot, back with another airport review. It's the first of two this week. We're in the UK, we're in South Wales, and this is Swansea Airport, Echo Golf Foxtrot Hotel. This is a payware scenery by Pilot Plus, recently released, and you're looking at version 1 for the PC version of Flight Sim 2020. Again, no indication if this will be released for Xbox, but I would imagine if it appears in the marketplace, then it probably will. Your download is 1.72 gigs, and it installs at just over 2 gigs, 2.25 gigs actually. Currently available only from Orbix Simulation Systems. I'll give you the prices. This is $18.99 Australian, which equates to €12.26, or $13.32 US, or £10.82 UK. Euro, US and UK prices are estimates converted from the Australian dollar and do not include tax or VAT, which of course must be added to those prices and of course may vary depending on the country you're in when you make the purchase. This is a nice airport. It's a nice little scenery. The team that created this have been to the airport many times, frequent visits to make sure they get the scenery correct and accurate. So they've been there quite a lot, really. So currently available only from Orbix Simulation Systems. So we just go through quickly the list of features for you. Features high fidelity rendition of the Swansea Airport, Echo Golf Foxtrot Hotel. A full high resolution PBR implementation from buildings to airside clutter and ground. Full interior of both the control tower and the cafe. Dynamic rain on the control tower glass and cafe windows. Realistic and accurate night lighting throughout. And the latest high resolution ground imagery. So I can tell you straight off the bat, they've done a lot with this. The buildings look real and they're weathered. The PBR implementation is good. As for the full interior of the control tower and the control tower looks great. And the cafe also looks great, although only part of it is done. All of the other outlying buildings look really good. They're properly weathered and they look accurate, but pretty much most of the other buildings on the airport have no interior except for one hangar I could find. But visually it's a stunning airport, a really nice little airport. It does have certain restrictions, and I'll go through those in a minute when we talk about runways. But runway 28 and 22 thresholds have a large X, as you can see up here. And I'm assuming this is just to prevent aircraft using the threshold there to take off or land on the runway. I'm assuming it's not actually closed the runway per se. Normally when you put an X in front of the runway, that means the runway's not in use, but anyhow. They have animated flags as well. The fence line's complete all the way around the airport, which is good, and as you can see the woodland is beautiful around this airport. There's no runway lighting during the darkness hours, so essentially coming into land here at night is going to be impossible. Although, even though there are restrictions on the airport, helicopters do operate into and out of the airport outside of hours as well. And we'll also have a look, I can remember where it is, I think it's over here. The last remaining Hawker Hunty T7 jet in the UK is on the airport, sort of languishing on the airport, I think the description was. Registration X-Ray Lima 612, and we'll have a look at that too. So as you can see from these high level shots, it's a beautiful, stunning little airport, nesting beautifully in the Wales countryside. Let's have a look at talk about some history for you. So Swansea Airport, Echo Golf Foxtrot Hotel, is a public use airport operated by Swansea Airport Limited and is located in the middle of Fairwood Common on the Gower Peninsula, 6 miles or 9.7 kilometres to the west of the city of Swansea, South Wales in the UK. Swansea Airport has a UK CAA ordinary licence that allows for public transport flights, flying instruction, fixed wing light aircraft experience flights as well. Flying lessons on the field are conducted by the Cambrian Flying Club Limited, and microlight flying lessons are also conducted by the Gower Flight Centre, which is located on the airport too. The airport mainly handles helicopters and privately owned aircraft. The Wales Air Ambulance Service used to operate from this airport but has now moved to a purpose-built site. The airport is also used by corporate aircraft including police, military and naval helicopters. Several small general aviation companies conduct fixed-wing pilot training and parachuting operations from the airport. On January the 17th, 2023 this year, it was announced that Swansea Airport would begin running scheduled services later in the year. Swansea Airport was built on what was originally common land during the Second World War. The aerodrome was opened on the 15th of June 1941 as RAF Fairwood Common, after taking nearly a year to develop. It was built as a day and night fighter station within 10 Group RAF Fighter Command. The aerodrome became a sector station in October 1941, taking on responsibility for the air defence of South and West Wales, including shipping in the Bristol and St George's channels. Finally decommissioned by the RAF in early 1949, private flying started in July that year with the formation of the Swansea Flying Club at the now renamed Fairwood Common Airfield. The airfield hosted a number of air and motorcycle races, but it was not until 1957 that Swansea Corporation allowed Cambrian Airways to run the airport for them on a commercial basis. Renamed Swansea Airport, it was officially opened on the 1st of June 1957 with Cambrian Airways operating an inaugural flight into the airport from Jersey. In the following 12 years, a variety of airlines operate through the airport with varying degrees of success. Cambrian Airways operated services to Jersey and Guernsey, and Morton Air Services operated a service to Gatwick. Scheduled regular flights then ceased in 1969. During the 70s and 80s, summer charter flights continued to operate mainly by Dan Air and Skyways. However, at the end of the 1970s, Air Anglia flew a Piper Navajo Chieftain on a year-round scheduled service linking Norwich, Newquay via Birmingham and Swansea. However, since October 2004 there have been no scheduled flights operating out of Swansea. So there's the history for you. Let's look at the runways. So Swansea Airport operates two runways. Runway 2810, and we're looking down the threshold of runway 28 now, measures 4,432 feet or 1,351 metres and is made from asphalt on top of concrete. Runway 2204, the other cross runway, measures 2,812 feet or 857 metres and is made solely from concrete. The airport itself lies at an elevation of 298 feet or 91 metres. There is one navigation lead nearby, an NDB, which has a frequency of 321. As I've told you, there are no navigation leads on the airport other than the NDB. There's no runway lighting, no precision approach markers. This is VFR only pretty much during the daytime hours. Let's have a look at the other end, runway 10. So here we are looking down the throat of runway 10, and as you can see, another huge white cross there, which clearly basically tells aircraft not to go beyond the actual runway markings itself onto that area. So I'm pretty certain that the X's in front of the runways basically tell you not to taxi on or land or take off from those points. Let's have a look at 04. So again, here we are, runway 04. Again, no landing aids at all. Runways nicely marked for the daylight hours, as you can see. There's a windsock down there to the right, and you've got an old taxiway with another X in it, which means it shouldn't be used. And just very quickly, I did see this obviously way back on the approach to runway 04. This here, not entirely sure what it is, whether it's part of the scenery or it's something that's part of the old scenery that really shouldn't be there. But there we go. Maybe somebody who knows this airport well can tell me what that is, and even if it should be there. Let's have a look at the other end, runway 22. So here we are looking down the throat of runway 22, the last of the four ends as it were. And again, you've got this area marked out as a displace threshold and the X behind it. So again, we're assuming that you don't go onto this area, but that you can use the displace threshold for takeoffs. Here you've got the remains of the old taxiways, which are now no longer in use. What you do is when you come out there, come onto the taxiway at this point, then enter the runway to backtrack. So just before we close this up, just a high level shot there showing you the runway layout. Got the road, main road here to the side of the airport, and here, airport entrance is just up here. 2204, 2810, and there was an old runway there, I can't really work out what it was, which is essentially decommissioned, and just the middle bit here used as a taxiway. So that about does it for the history and the runways. So let's get down to the airport and have a good look. So we start with a few close-up shots. First of all, here's the Hawker Hunter, which I'm a little confused about because the registration's wrong. The original aircraft registration, X-Ray Lima 612, seems to have been painted out, and you've now got this. Obviously this must be how it is because the team went to the airport to have a look at it. So it's got a different UK registration there, and obviously it's been painted up. But visually the model looks great. As you can see, great attention to detail. Even up close, the whole thing looks really, really impressive. It's been beautifully crafted, complete with the rust. It all looks really, really impressive. Just a quick shot of one of the airfield fences and the signs on it. You can see the quality. I mean, the signage is excellent. It's very clear even up close. But what I like about it is just how well it's weathered. I mean, look at this. The weathering is wonderful. Fence line is perfectly accurate. It's a little bit low, but then it doesn't need to be the right height. I mean, having worked in airport security for some 38 years, I know the regulations regarding airport fence line. Fence should be 2.9 meters high, set in concrete with a crank neck, which this is, and have 3 meters either side clearance. Now, this airport is not a Category 7 airport for security purposes, and so the fence line, while it needs to be there, doesn't have to meet the Department of Transport requirements that I've just quoted. But as I said, a really nice example of just how well the quality that's been used in this scenery. And there you can see the fence line going all the way down. I mean, it surrounds the whole airport. It's very nicely done, as indeed is the woodland. And they're looking in the other direction across the car park. As you can see, the fence line goes on forever. It's brilliant. So I'm going to take a slow daytime tour just to show you some of the detail that's been put into this product. I mean, it's really nice. Everything from the ground, and look at the way that building is weathered there. Various bits of clutter. I mean, this looks so real. Done a really nice job on it. Arguably, it's not a place I'd often go into because most of my flying, as you probably know, is airliner flying. But now I've got into helicopters, this is the perfect place. But as you can see, it's the construction is just wonderful. The woodland surrounding the airport is beautiful. There's a tree off the ground there. But you can see the buildings are so nicely weathered and visually really appealing. It's just amazing. It's really, can't really think of any other words to describe it. It's been beautifully modelled, right down to the last detail. The cars are pretty good. Animated flags there, as you can see. Here we're coming towards the entrance to the airport from the main road. Everything there down to the cattle grid there below you. And there you can see signage is crystal clear. I mean, it looks wonderful. And comes right out to the road. Which itself has been nicely continued. It's great to see that they've gone outside of the airport and completed things. There you can see the road's been modelled into the distance, complete with the rendezvous point sign. And the same in the other direction there, complete with the fence line, as you can see there. Let's get back to the airport centre and have a look. So a little tour towards the airport central parking area. There you can see my helicopter parked on the pad. Some nice static aircraft, and the whole ramp layout looks good. There are people there. And here you can see the quality of the buildings, how they've been weathered. It's really nice. Most of these buildings are empty except for one or two. But you can see the quality of the modelling and the signage is just amazing here. Various clutter bits and pieces. A couple of animated people. There's one guy that you can see. As we come over the fence line to the car park here. Everything right down to the lights. Here's the Flying Club building. Just amazing, really. Just a marvellous job has been done. So just a quick hop out to the runway. Here you've got runway signage, which is just as it should be. Very nice, no problem at all there. And the markings you can see on the runway are just as they should be, perfect. So we go in towards the control tower and the cafe, where the interior is modelled, and very nicely done, I might add, as you will see. Firstly, we'll go into the control tower. So I'm going to approach this really slowly so I can make sure I get in. If you look down there to the left, look, you've got the seating area outside. There's the cafe with one chap below there. There's the view from outside the tower building. As we step inside, you can see the chart there of South Wales on the wall, the clock. Again, the detail has been beautifully done here, right down to the fridge over there. And looking in the other direction there. So let's just go to the end of this room and have a look. So there we are, looking across the tower. That's where the controller would sit. By the way, air-to-ground communications are required. If you've got an aircraft that doesn't have radio, you can't use this airport. You need to have two-way communication. And everything down to the microwave there, so you can have your lunch. And as you can see, they've even got the name on the fridge. I mean, this detail is incredible. It's just amazing. So there's the building quickly from the other side, just another angle, beautifully weathered, beautifully done. So here we are outside the cafe, and there you can see the entrance on the left, and the old British post box in front of you there. And just a quick look from here to show you through the windows. Again, just the quality of modelling, everything from the plants down here to the debris. Here we are inside. As you can see, you've got a photograph picture there up in the upper right showing a skydiver. Lots of parachuting going on at this airport. Tourist books and things here. Here's the main seating area of the cafe. We've got our young lady there who's having a good look at the notice boards. And again, just a close-up look at some of the notice boards. Here you can see how well it's been done. It's still crystal clear right up close. You've got those pictures there from the skydivers. I mean, it's pretty realistic. Beautifully done, right down to the fire extinguishers there. And the signage is excellent. Excuse me. And a quick look from the other direction there, you can see our young lady. All of the signage and everything. There's another chap sitting there. All of this is so nicely done. It's really brings out the best of our new simulator. Quick look at this corridor. You see, you've even got photographs and pictures on the left. We step through that door into actually where the cafe serving area is. Vending machine there straight in front of us. There we're looking into the additional seating area and the main cafe itself. Got a guy chatting on his phone there and another chap outside. So as you can see at the moment the cafe is closed, but the detail is just incredible here. Look at all the weathering, it's just so realistically done. And the animated model is not too bad at all. And we step outside to the seating area out here. As you can see, it's really nicely done. And the models aren't too bad at all. So out here you've got further seating here as well, close to the ramp. These are seating areas that would be accessible to people who are actually operating on the airport. Various signs, all crystal clear, just as they should be. And just some very nice views here. The airport is just so nicely done. So there you go, that was a brief daytime look at the airport and its sort of local environments. What I'm going to do now, they do have night lighting on in the product here, so we're going to turn the lighting down till the lighting comes on to have a look. Bear in mind this airport is VFR only, so pretty much unusable in the darkness hours. But let's turn the lighting down and see what we can get in terms of light. Okay, as I've said before in other reviews, it's really hard to sort of get accurate timing. It's 4:48 PM in the afternoon. As I said before, it's January 2023, so here we are at sunset, and this is the sort of the lightest I can get it when the light comes on for you to see. As you can see, the lighting has been beautifully done, just as the whole airport has been modelled. The lighting has been carefully modelled as well. Let's have a few close-up looks around the airport. So as you can see, no lighting on the ramp or on the runways at all. There isn't anything at all out there. And looking in this direction to the taxiway, as you can see, even these signs are not lit because it's essentially unusable in the darkness hours. And looking towards the other end of the runway, as you can see, the building and the lighting here in the CTA is very nicely done. And no asobo globes floating around anywhere. All the lighting has been properly done from the lights that exist on the airfield. Let's get a few close-up shots of the buildings now. So there's the flying club with the porch light to the front of the building. And if you look to the upper right there, you can see the control tower internally is lit, as is the cafe. So let's go across and have a look at the lighting here generally. There you go, you look to the right there, you can see the guy in the cafe. Here we are coming across the car park, some very nice subtle lighting. And again, not an asobo globe in sight. All the lighting is being provided by the light poles, just as it should be. Beautifully subtle. Love the way it reflects on the glass of that car down there. Just a quick look at one of the signs, again with the lighting. So before we have a close look at the tower and the cafe, let's just go across this area here. very nice indeed. Now here's one of the hangars behind me that's open. We'll have a look. Right, this hangar isn't open, it's the other one. I'll have a look at that in a minute. But again, you can see the downlighting looks very effective, and we've got a nice chap wandering around there. So let's just go behind here. Again, lots of really nice subtle lighting. Ground clutter, bits and pieces here and there. Let's just go around through here. As you can see, all nicely modelled, beautifully done. Now there is an open hangar here. I can't remember where it is, but actually that might be it over there. Yes. There you go, one open hangar, although it's more of a sort of a workstation building, because you can see you've got tools and stuff in there. I don't think you'd fit an aircraft in there as such. Let's go and have a look at the tower inside. So here we are inside the control tower once again, very nicely, subtly lit. I love the lights in the ceiling, they're just right. And as you can see, just a close-up look at this other end, everything. Well, look at that map of South Wales on there on the wall. It's so detailed, even this close. A wonderful job. Down there on the lower left here, you can see the chart, the UK chart that exists. I will put a chart up in a minute to show you this, plus a few more bits and pieces, and show you the restrictions as such. So there's a view from outside. It just looks great. No, it's just no complaints at all. It's wonderful. Here we are outside the cafe. You can see our friend in there and our other friend sitting outside. And once again inside the building, nice lighting from the roof as it should be. And there's the view from outside. So there's a nice little overview from one side of the airport here. As you can see, dusk is really upon us. Everything is dark. As I mentioned, no runway lighting at all, so it's pretty much VFR by day. Okay, restrictions of use. You need prior permission is required to operate into this airport, especially if you're carrying passengers. The airport is VFR only and only available to aircraft with a weight of less than 5,700 kilograms if carrying passengers. Closures may be in effect due to severe weather if it's encountered over the field, and flight operations are not below 2,500 feet over the city and outlying areas. And as we've said, and you can see by the pictures, parachuting operations are frequently carried out of this airport, so you've got to be really careful. So it's well used. So as I said, it's just a lovely airport. It's a really nice model. I think the price is excellent. They've done so much detail to the outside of the buildings and to the area itself. Okay, limited internal modelling, as you can see, control tower and a cafe, and pretty much that's about it. But the outside of pretty much every building around the airport has been beautifully weathered and modelled. The woodland around the airport is wonderful. It's really, really nice. So a last look at the central area, the buildings and the locality here in the dusk. For those of you who are interested, let's quickly turn it down to darkness hours so you can see what it looks like, even though you wouldn't fly in here during the darkness hours. Let's have a look. Okay, just before 8 PM local time, as you can see, the darkness is fully upon us and the lighting is revealed in all its glory. It's very, very nice indeed. Beautiful. So let's go to dawn very quickly. So 8:15 in the morning, as you can see the sun's coming up, the last of the lighting is beginning to disappear, just the lights on the car park are on at the moment. And just a shot showing you across the taxiway looking at the woodland. I mean, the airport sits in a beautiful location. And finally a high level shot there showing you the airport itself in the dawn as the sun comes up, and it's just really beautiful. Okay, 10:30 in the morning, and time to give you my final thoughts on this airport. Do I think it's worth the price? Yes, it is. £10 UK plus tax. I think I paid about 12 quid for this, something like that. I think the price is very, very, very good, even though you've only got a little bit of internal modelling. That modelling that's been done is excellent, and pretty much every other building or static object on or around the airport environment has been fully textured and made to look like it does in real life, everything down to the rust. Would be nice to know more about that Hawker Hunter. As I said, the original aircraft was there. It's the last one with the registration of X-Ray Lima 612. Here in the product, it's been changed. Clearly it must reflect what's on the real world because they've been there to visit it. So I'd like to know more about how that got to be what it was. If anybody can tell me, that'd be brilliant in the comments. It's a really beautifully modelled airport. Very, very well done. Kudos to Pilot Plus. They've done a lovely job. And this is yeah, it's going to be something to visit in the summer months, I think, really, once I get into my Cessna, and maybe take the helicopter out here too and explore the south coast of Wales, which is a beautiful part of the country. So yes, I can totally recommend this product. Just one thing, I bought this, I wasn't given it to review. I paid for it so that I could have a good look at it and review it, and yeah, I will use this. We'll go into here in the summer. It's beautiful. So, Swansea Airport, South Wales in the UK, Echo Golf Foxtrot Hotel. It's payware scenery by Pilot Plus. Version 1 for the PC. It's available from Orbix Simulation Systems only at the moment. Downloads 1.72 gigs, installs at 2.25 gigabytes. Price is $18.99 Australian, which equates to roughly €12.26, or $13.32 US, or £10.82 UK. Euro, US and UK prices are estimates converted from the Australian dollar there, and they do not include VAT and tax, so you must add that. And of course it'll vary depending on which country you're in when you make your purchase. It's a lovely airport. Kudos to Pilot Plus and the team who went to the airport on a regular basis to take photos and make sure that this product is as close to reality as possible. A lot of history behind this little place, and a really nice part of the country to visit. So thanks for joining me for this review, folks. If you've been on the fence about whether to buy this or not, I hope this has helped you. Let me make a quick apology. I'm still suffering from this cold, which has taken ages to get out of me. So if I sound a little raspy or a little bit weird, I apologise. But as to the scenery, no complaints at all. It's very, very nice indeed. So thanks for joining me, folks. I will see you in the next review. We're going to have a look at Bratislava Airport by Aerosoft coming up later this week, and my learning of the Phoenix A320 Airbus is improving. I've got 5 flights behind me now and it looks really good, really enjoying it. So thanks again, guys. This is Lee, your virtual airline pilot, saying thanks for joining me in this review, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, and bye bye for now.